Yeah, we're live. We are live, everybody. Welcome.
Showtime.
It is showtime. It's the Fatal Four-Way on the Tuesday. We have three wonderful guests. We've got John Luke Resellers, Peter Cummins, which is the Vinegar Jar, and Jim Extreme Booters. I'm sure you know all three of the YouTubers, but you would like to just introduce yourselves, guys, or should we skip that part?
Skip it.
Yeah, skip
I
it.
won't mention anything about standing in for anyone else.
No, that's fine. Oh, yeah, shit, sorry. Don't say that. Yeah, we were supposed to have Nick, but we didn't. Okay.
Actually, I had Nick. I had Nick standing for me when you couldn't make it on my channel. He was like a last minute. So I'm repaying the favour.
Yeah. I think I accidentally scheduled this for 8:30 for some reason. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there.
Silly man.
But we'll go with it.
Also, I'll get it shared out again. Give me a second.
We'll go with it. I think for some reason I changed it to 8:30. I think I'll get myself confused with something else. But yeah, hello everybody. Hope we are all well. Obviously, the title is Lockdown Strikes Back, because we all know that the country is going on lockdown again.
It's always worse the sequel.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this, boys? On this topic, lockdown? How are you guys going to source? How are you going to cope? Have you got enough in the death pile? Have you got?
Well,
I've got a load.
Yeah, I've got quite a bit, and I was thinking, well, the boot fairs have ended anyway, so it doesn't make any difference on that score. And normally about this time of year, I might go up to sort of Christmas, not doing hardly any sourcing, maybe a little dibble in a charity shops if I'm walking past. But I mean, I haven't got anything from a charity shop for a long time. And then into the new year, up until Easter, I'd been doing jumble sales. So that's the difference for me, because I can't imagine a jumble sale happening.
No, they're not going to be.
So no, not going to happen, is it? So I mean, in terms of, I've got quite a lot to be getting on with and stuff that still hasn't been sorted out. But I also bought a couple of big jewelry bundles. So and I bought that as once I've scraped the bottom of the barrel, that's there to sort of go through of an evening. That's quite nice. I mean, I've only sold a little bit of jewelry. I don't know anything about it, and got into it because Lex was into it and Shelley was into it. And it's bloody heavy, but it's just like, a compact box and small, but a lot there that you can go through. So I'm quite looking forward to that, just going through that if it comes to it, if I'm really at the end of my tether. So. Did
you buy that wholesale then, Peter?
You've
been collecting that together?
Yeah, got it off another. I got it off Tom the English Picker. And he did a couple of videos on. He's doing sort of like wholesale jewelry stuff, and he was trying to, because he's got contacts and he gets like big amounts of stuff, and then he'll can sell off kind of 20 kilograms plus to resellers. I'm not too sure if he's doing it at the moment, but he was doing it a few months ago, it's good for him, good for me really. So.
It's definitely something to look into with your wholesale stuff. If you can get jewelry, clothes, or something, there's always an option. When we're on lockdown again, and if you are short of stock, there is always an option, to go and get contacts and stuff and try something new if you really need to. Definitely.
Jim, you do a lot of clothing, don't you? You buy a lot of vintage clothing.
Yeah, I buy quite a lot of job lots. I bought a load during the last lockdown. I expect I'll probably buy some this time, but a lot of them have struggled to get stock because obviously a lot of it comes from America, Europe, everywhere else, and it's just not been coming through. So they've not been renewing the stock, but fingers crossed there'll be some around when I'll be able to find it. So especially Vault Vintage, I'll be on them and see what I can find from them.
Yeah, I was talking to them this morning about potentially coming on here to try and promote, because they wanted to promote their business a bit more. So we had a bit of a chat about it. I've not brought off them, but I know a lot of you guys have. And I watched your 2 videos on their when you found that extra 10 kilos. I've just found an extra 10 kilos, boys. Oh,
yeah, Stu was on to me straight away saying, "I don't see much there for what we've spent." Oh well. And I picked it up and I thought, yeah, actually, thinking about it.
That's fair play to them though, like letting you know that they missent you, son. Fair play.
Yeah.
Some businesses would be like, wow, see you later, mate.
Yeah. I've got that sold as well already, so that's just
got some really nice stuff on there, to be fair.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to be hitting the charity shops tomorrow before they close, or are you just going to call it, apart from you, Peter, because you don't like charity shops, do you?
Well, not the ones around here. No.
You'll have to go on a tour of Britain, Peter.
I have thought about it, actually. When I see sort of like, resellers in Wales or anywhere outside of London, really, and they're like, oh, I got this in a charity shop for £2 or £1, and I'm like, bloody hell. But it'd be interesting.
Sounds like a good show. Peter's tour of Britain.
Yeah, road trip.
I've been really well in Wales. Wales is a good one. You go up like the north coast and stuff. Really cool. Yeah. Definitely want to do that again after when things are normal.
No, I think I'm going to hit them one more time tomorrow. I watched Ricky Lee's video and he said go and talk to the managers about potentially buying bulk a lot of their stuff before they go down, like under for a month. But none of my managers are interested in that. So
I do know some resellers who don't go to charity shops, but they know the charity shop managers, and they go to the warehouses and do buy bulk like that. They'll never step foot in a charity shop, but they do have contacts like that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
That's pre-lockdown, for the last few years as well. No secret, but something to do if you can do. If you get some good stuff, I imagine you would get a little bit of tat with that as well, though. If you can't handpick it, then you're sorting through a lot of shite.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But I will be going tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I might even book half a day off work, to be honest. Just go full time for half a day. Right, let's say a few hellos to people. A lot of us have shared it around now because of my mistake. The reason why, I don't know why there's reasons why I started. I don't know why I scheduled it for 8:30, but we're here. So we've got Ricky, we've got Global Thrifters, Night's Life, Sam, Jay, In the Moment, Ali, B. There's a load of you now.
JJ's got quite a lot of stock that she will be selling as well. She's Manchester based, but she got like a really good setup. She's got a lot of overstock, so yeah, she'll be selling some good stuff to resellers as well. Get in touch. She is on the Facebook group, Jessica Jade. If you did want any stuff.
Jim, Sam's smashing it, isn't he? He's got over 500 subs in about 3-4 videos or something stupid like that. Less than 6 months. So
keep it up, Sam.
Yeah, smashing it, Sam. Simon's popped in. Hello, buddy. How you doing?
The imposter.
The imposter. Em's Beauty Blog, Emma. She's a good lass as well. I said lass, not lad. Ryan, Husty. We said hello to In the Moment. Upside.
I collect a load of things. I just see his message there. Do any collect stuff or just resell? I collect a ton of stuff. Bit of a hoarder, really.
Jenny, Carl.
I don't actively collect stuff, but I've got I've got a load of vintage Star Wars figures which will never get sold.
Yeah,
so I've got loads of them. They're opened and they're not in packaging yet, but they're all kind of like.
Do you have them on display or do you have them just?
No, they're in a cupboard. Occasionally they might come out, but
they're not getting sun damage.
Yeah, they're all my original ones, and then there's a few extra ones that I've had. So they're all like 77 to 82 sort of vintage. So yeah.
Nostalgic, sure.
I only really collect game consoles and video games, more the old school stuff. So like PlayStation 1 backwards, so GameCube, Nintendo 64s, Ataris, that sort of stuff.
Have you got one of each?
Yeah, well, I'm getting. Well, you can't really see it now, but I am slowly getting there. That cabinet there is.
Filling up.
Ooh, look at that.
It is filling up.
Nice vinyl player.
Yeah, and that's the TV I play them all on. And all the boxes.
Yes.
I've got all the boxes for them upstairs in the loft as well. So they're all boxed. So I've got the boxed N64, boxed PS2, boxed PS1.
Are they all sort of car boot pickups, or you've been sort of hunting them on Facebook or?
Facebook, and I did pick up the GameCube from a reseller. He picked it up from a car boot, and he said, "Look, I know you've been looking to buy one. I'll sell you this for what I pay for it." So I thought that was really nice.
It's nice.
So yeah, a few of them have been car boots, but from other resellers, and a few of them I've been hunting myself. But I haven't paid lots for them at all, really. I don't now because I know how cheap you can get them, so I don't spend too much on things anymore.
It's terrible, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
You get spoiled really going to boot fairs and you see something. I got an N64 with 4 controllers at a jumble sale that wasn't at all well promoted, so no one turned up. And I went in there, and the first thing I saw was this N64, and I said, "Oh, how much is that very old console?" And he went £2.50. I was like, Jesus Christ. And the week before, I'd almost bought one on Facebook for 90 quid. So it's just complete fluke. It really is.
That's how John got into reselling, I think, wasn't it?
What was that? Yeah, N64. Yeah. Well, I was already into it, but that was my first big one. That I'll tell the story again because why not? I've lost the stream. Sorry, I was just. So what happened was I was on a car boot. It was like a lunchtime one that's on every month or so. So it's not like a really, kind of prevalent one. And there was an N64 box with a few box games as well. They wanted 30 quid, I think. I was like, oh no,
nice.
Yeah. Walked around the car boot and then got it on my second time round for 25.
Oh my God, I would have snapped that off. I would have ripped their hand off.
That was 4.5 years ago, I think. It was like 2016. So it was like, not reselling was about, but there just wasn't that many. So it was just, I must have been the only one, maybe one or two that was there at the time. And they still had its baggies on the, on the 64, the controllers bagged up, everything like that. I put it in the UK Reselling group at the time, and it did blow up that post. It was just such a freak thing that I just, and it was good 40 minutes in between when I went to the stall again.
It's funny when I first started doing car boots, and I think it must have been a hang because I've always been to car boots, but when I first started doing it for reselling, I kind of carried this sort of like hangover of not wanting to ever spend a lot. So if I was at any store, it was like, I almost wanted to get everything for like 2 or 3 quid. And if someone said, "Oh, this is 30," it'd be like, "Oh no, that's just absolutely ridiculous."
Yeah.
And now, and it's due to experience, I guess, 4 years of doing this. If someone's like, I bought all that Hornby stuff, and I went to his store and he went, "Oh, that's 50, that's 50, that's 50, and that's like 25 or whatever." And I actually sat there and I was like, "Yeah, I'll have it all." And gave the guy a couple of £100, but I've sold it for about 3 times as much. But it's weird that, and I don't know whether a lot of resellers would get it when they first start going out and sourcing. The kind of expectation is you'd only pay a few quid.
Yeah,
you kind of like you're imagining I'll pay 2 quid and hopefully sell it for 20. But how often does that happen? You got to be flexible with it. A lot of the time.
That's what I've learned recently as well. If something's like expensive, and because I used to be saying this, I used to buy stuff for like £2 for 20, and I still do that, to be honest. I don't like spending too much on one product, but I've learned to just get through that barrier. And if something's worth £200, but it's going to cost me 50 quid.
Yeah,
you've just got to do it. Haven't you? It's still £150, isn't it? So
well, that's it. I mean, I had I bought a pair of DMs and they were like 20 quid, and it is like. A car boot's like, whoa, 20 quid, but they sold for 100, over 100, I think. And then another time I got like a massive Le Creuset pan, and that was off a trader, and he wanted 30 quid. And I spoke to another reseller, and she turned it down. She was like, "Oh, it's 30 quid," but I bought it, and I think I sold it for like 150 at least. So it's all, you've got to be, and that's really through knowledge. I think like 3 years ago, I'd have gone 30 quid for a Le Creuset. I'm sure I've seen that for a few quid.
Yeah.
I probably had, but you still should pick it up for 30. I mean, even if it was 50, it would have been a good pickup. So, it's all down to sort of experience, I guess.
Talk about some good pickups. Upcycle picked up 17 VHS/DVD combos for £3 each today, and they all work.
That's a bonus.
It doesn't happen, does it? It doesn't happen.
I picked up 10 probably about a couple of months ago, but they were a tenner each. That was his blanket price. But I've sold 2 of them in the last week for 100 quid. So.
Yeah, that's mint.
They're always pickups.
Yeah, you've got Jim. There you go, Jim.
You've only got
Jim.
Cheers. We have got Jim.
I've got a question. I've got a question off Finans Finds or Finance Finds. You can find that 8:10 p.m. It is, Kieran.
Okay.
I was just prepping like a screen share for it because she was just asking about the comics. So I got like hundreds of comics. I did sell the Venom one for 25 quid. Yeah, let me just get a screen share on the go.
Hey guys, how are the comics selling for you, John? Nice sale on the Venom, obviously. Hey, you did quite well on that Venom one, didn't you? Got like 35?
25 on the Venom, but I have 2 of them as well, which is good. The link is just there. Right, so I've only listed a handful, but these are some of the ones that are doing quite well with watches and stuff. It's got the Infinity War one. Some of the best stuff's up already. So the Infinity Gauntlet, that's got about 4 or 5 watches.
That's good prices for comics.
6 issues, yeah. Some of them, they are a couple of quid, but some are pretty good, yeah. These are early 90s. There's some early 80s stuff, but mainly, late 90s, early 90s on most of it. But some of the good stuff, Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War. So yeah, but if ever see anything like this, definitely pick them up. But yeah, pretty good. And yeah, I've sold one up to now. Let me just end the screen share. I sold one up to now. Just a Venom special red foil cover. I got 25 for it, which is great. But I got these for free. I got a few hundred comics for free, so it's all profit, which is awesome.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, my mate's moving away, so he literally just had. I think they must have been his dad's, so they must have been his dad's, and he just got rid, which is cool.
Pokepiggy's just reached 75 subscribers. You'll be 100 in no time, mate. Soppy basis.
City scored a great goal as well before. That's why I was like that on screen. Ferran Torres.
He's turned out to be a good player.
Yeah, he's looking good.
I seem to collect vintage working Furbies with new tags. No, Sam, we are not talking about Interstellar stuff with John Lucas on the stream.
I've got some cracking things over
there. Hi, Aaron, how you doing? How's it going, buddy? Hi, guys. We just spoke about that one. That is how I'm feeling right now. I've got more consoles than I've ever had as a kid. It's the same with Pokemon cards as well. We're not going to talk Pokemon because there is a Pokemon stream straight after this. We'll discuss that when we have finished. But yeah, same with Pokemon cards, same with game consoles. I've got more now than I have ever had in my life.
And no time to play them.
Exactly. There we go. Evening, gents. World's greatest troll magnet here.
Speaking of consoles, the new Xbox arrives a week today. Got that on.
I think the Game & Watches are also coming out pretty sharpish as well. If anyone did pick up them.
10th of November, I've got loads of deliveries coming in. Got a new Xbox. I've got a big shipment from Vinny because that new Pokemon set's out, and I've got a signed vinyl LP as well from America. So it's all happening. Week today, good day.
I don't know why this should annoy me, but your clock is not working, Jim.
Is that one just there?
It's a drawer, isn't it?
It's for the kids to tell the time.
could you get your child in to set the right time? It's the OCD. You've got to get the right time on it.
Yeah, that's not a real clock.
Oh. God damn it. What's this? I'm trying to build up a collection of money. So if anyone wants to sell any to me, job lots, bundles, etc., must be cheap. Get in touch. I think there'll be a lot of that going on. To be honest,
I'll sell you a $5 for a $10.
Yeah.
Have it for a $10.
50 to 100.
I've got some. Speaking of money, I've got some those Peter Rabbit 50p's when they came out. I bought a load of those, and I've no idea how much they're worth. Like the coloured drawings on the 50p's.
Some of them.
I think the Peter Rabbit one's really, really popular. But like I say, I think I bought them probably about 5 years ago, and they've just been sat in a drawer. So Could be sitting on millions. Who knows?
I don't know about
Could
that.
be, mate. Good evening, Gary. I just want to say thank you so much for the big parcel you sent me today. It did arrive today, so thank you for that, Gary. I've done a little video with it, so it will be coming out. Well, I say very shortly, but I'm about 3 months behind my videos. I've still got car boot videos to come out.
I just want to let Becky know we are playing Among Us later if you did want to join after the next stream. She's in the chat.
Mongoose?
Among Us.
Among Us. So we've got it all tonight. We've got a Fatal 4-Way. We've got a Pokemon card battle stream over on James Collect's channel straight after this, but I'll leave a pinned link, or I'll get one of the boys to link it in.
I'm sure Ricky will
Ricky will.
Oh, that Among Us thing. That's nuts, isn't it?
And then we got Among Us straight after.
And that's going to be streamed as well. That'll be straight after. I think if James is playing it.
I haven't played it, but there's a version on Fortnite on one of the creative modes that you can go into, and it's just like, Jesus, what is going on? It's like Wink Murder, isn't it? It's like
it's like a game of Cluedo. It's very like a Cluedo type game. It is fun.
But it takes about half an hour to try and work out what the hell's going on. It's nuts.
I was pretty bad at it on the first go, I'm not gonna lie.
It takes a few games, but you'd be good after a few times. It's good fun.
I spent a tenner on a woman's Moncler jacket, and it's only flipping real up on eBay for $799 with watches. Moncler is a fan. If you can find a real Moncler jacket, you are quids in.
Great pickup.
That's a cracking pickup.
Let me write that down.
Write it down.
In the little book of reselling tips.
They've got little logos on the arms. They've got little logos on the arms, Peter.
Okay.
Logo. Look out for them. Even your boxes, if you find like a Moncler box or a Balenciaga box or like an expensive box for a pair of shoes, you get like 40 quid just for a box.
Well, I never knew the other day, even selling empty Nike boxes, you still get 10, 12, 15 quid for them.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
Just for a pair of Nike box. But you just think, really?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like people go dumpster diving in like kind of like a Selfridges kind of area because all the boxes will just end up outside the back of the Selfridges. And that's where the money is.
Yeah, just buy empty boxes.
I'm off to the bowling tomorrow.
Yeah. You need charity shops, but you can just go dumpster diving. I paid $115 for a denim set last night, but should get $400 to $450 when selling separately. I don't think of it as money, just stock value.
Denon Hi-Fi is good. I've got a remote control down actually. It's Denon. I'll probably get about 20 quid. So.
Our local charity shop was selling everything at £1 today. Didn't realise till late afternoon, so good stuff had gone. A lot of my charity shops are ending early tomorrow, so if you are going charity shop hunting for the last day, because I know there's a fair few of you, just double check the timings, because a lot of mine are shutting at 2, because they've got to do all sorts of like bank runs and they've got to do all sorts. They've got to like de-cleanse everything as well before certain times. There's a lot of strict restrictions they've got to stick by tomorrow, so just double check. That's for you as well, John, actually, because you're going tomorrow, so just double check the timings, bud.
Yeah, well, definitely. I just seen a message off Ben. He said he worked in a hotel, used to have loads of Chinese tourists that go to London, bin all the designer boxes. So he'd get them. I can't see the end of the message because the tab's there, but I'm guessing he used to get them. Maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, a lot of Asian people that come over to London and Manchester and stuff, they spend a lot of money on a lot of expensive clothing, and they'll just chuck the boxes. Yeah. And you get real good money.
Might have to get a one-day travel pass and get up there. Start doing some bin dipping. I'll probably get stuck in one. No more luck.
Please record it, Peter.
that would be. I'm struggling for ideas for videos. I just keep doing sales videos. It's like me stuck in a bin video. That'd be quite good. Be like 3 hour.
Name of the lady then.
3 hour video.
3 hours stuck in a bin.
Yeah. Live in the bin.
Yeah. I'll bring some water, mate, just in case. John, what did you pay for the comics?
Free, completely free. If I was to, now I've had a bit of experience with comics. I've sold a few in the past, but if I saw a lot like that and had a flick through, I'd easily pay, 100 quid for them or something, and take a dive. There's at least about 500 comics in there. I've listed a handful. I sold one for 25. There's a few listings up there. I've shown a couple before.
Don't you have to be a little bit careful though? Because I mean, you do get a hell of a lot of comics which are like absolutely. I mean, you'd have to take a look at it and
a lot of bust. Yeah, a lot of bust. You have to get a run of like 1 to 20 or 39 to 40. 50, and try and sell them in runs like that. There's a lot of them that are like that. A lot of one-offs and
but
stuff.
there are also some sort of like superhero lines that they did. I think it was like things. I can't remember. I got some comics once and they were next to nothing. But there was just some real. I think it was like Star Fox or something. Just real rubbish in there. Like it was.
Yeah. You've got to be careful. You've got to be careful.
So Avengers stuff obviously is obviously going to be quite hot and stuff, and all that Infinity War stuff you had. But
I'd search a handful of them up if you ever seen a lot of them. And if they're in plastic bags, well looked after, then you get an inkling of these are. Because there was a couple of boxes that didn't have plastic bags in it, and there was a couple of boxes that every single comic was in a bag. So, you kind of get the inkling that they've been looked after, and they must mean a little bit more than just a cheap comic. So, yeah, there's lots to learn with comics.
Oh yeah, definitely. And there's so many of them. You can learn forever, couldn't you, with comics?
There's a ton, yeah. You think there's one X-Men line. There's like 100 X-Men comics every year since 1980. He's very saturated. It's very saturated, yeah.
Listening to you boys and watching the Mighty Reds play. Arsenal aren't playing until Thursday, mate.
Channel 5, I heard.
Yeah. What do you mean? They're not playing till Thursday. You're 2 days early, Jenny.
Is he talking about Charlton?
Yeah, they don't play again. They're grassroots football. They've been suspended for a month.
I can't believe it. I'm disappointed at that. Disappointed at the grassroots because I watched #United and they're step 6, I think, of non-league. And it's just a shame, isn't it?
Do you know Wimbledon AFC, local team to me, is just they've returned back to just down the road from Plough Lane.
They've got a new ground, haven't they?
Yeah, it's literally probably about 50 yards from where the old ground was. I think it was the old Greyhound track, Wimbledon Greyhound track.
Yeah.
And they got their first match there. It's this week, I think. But of course, no one can go. So
they're all brand new seats, all nice and clean. But
it's absolutely amazing that they're back, and
it's great. Yeah,
when everyone can get down there. I mean, I was saying to Liz, like when they got moved to Milton Keynes, I think that's probably one of the worst things. Can you imagine that happening to City? That like, oh yeah, someone's
Liverpool
club, and we're going to move it to Birmingham or something. It's like,
mad, isn't it?
It's absolutely nuts.
John at Weiler made a good point. He said empty phone boxes as well, so iPhone boxes, the Samsung boxes, stuff like that. Even if you found, I know Ricky sold an old Nokia for like £100 the other week. If you found like an old Nokia box that's in good shape, therefore worth picking up.
Evening, Lee. How you doing? Tell me on City. Does that mean City have scored, or I am 10 minutes behind chat? So
got the game up here, don't you worry. Updates live.
I like it.
I don't want to get copyrighted for you, Kieran, but we've got some copyrighted footage. So.
Yeah, cheers, boys. I don't get monetized for these anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't monetize my streams, which is stupid, really, because it's probably my most watched videos on my streams.
You can turn the monetization on though. If you go on your before you go live, you can switch it on.
Yeah, I'm always so last minute, like.
Yeah, they don't make great money though. Like
you're just still giving, Kieran. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly. I have a full-time job. I don't need any.
You got super chats turned on.
Yeah, just no one's giving any money.
I don't know. Can someone see if I've got a super chat on? Can anyone in the chat just let me know?
100 in as a test.
Confirm that, please.
Yeah, just let me know if super chats are working, boys and girls.
Everyone do a tenner.
My Xbox One X is dying, and I didn't manage to bag the Series X gutted. Yeah, I've not brought a new one yet.
It's mad. I got a pre-order. It's £450. I think they're like £650 on eBay. Easy. Obviously, your fees are nice. Making great money, but it's mad how much people are paying a premium on them.
Vinny is in the process of researching over 200 vinyls. Very nice.
Ex-HMV staff member. That's cool. That's cool because they'll have some good stuff.
Yeah, that is cool. I bet it's a little bit different than Pokemon cards, Vinny.
It's a nice break for him, I guess.
plus a week today is the Apple event.
Nobody wants to super chat.
There is a super chat one.
Yeah. I don't think we're super chat working.
Yeah, I understand where they're all coming from.
Right, I'm gonna go right down about them.
How do I get rid of my taskbar? It's just big and daft. Where is it?
No one wants to use it. It's fine. No, I'm joking. You don't have to use it. I just want to make sure it's still there. Hi, Aaron. How you doing? Peter should join us. Is that with Among Us, maybe?
Yeah. Aaron will be.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'd have to go and install it from somewhere. Oh.
You can buy it on Steam, or you can buy an app on your phone. I don't actually. Is the app free?
The app's free. Discord's free. The game is $3.99 on PC. So yeah.
I'm normally busy doing Fortnite, though, to be honest.
It's a small investment, but see what happens. I'm trying to get rid of my taskbar. It's really.
We've got over 60 people. We keep fluctuating between 60 to 70. So thank you very much for sticking with us. Obviously, my chat has. Well, yeah. My schedule was 1 minute ago, so welcome.
Welcome.
All for pounds. Awesome. Got a pair of leather Uggs. Wow, that's pretty good. We'll smash them.
Jim, how are you doing with all that denim that you got? Because I was watching that a bit earlier. You got like...
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Sold quite a few.
Have you got it all listed yet, or?
Sorry.
Have you got it all listed?
Not all of it yet. There's still a few that I've still got to go through.
It's about 40 jackets, wasn't it, or something?
Like that? 45 or something I got for it. But yeah, I mean, the Sherpas are going for between £50-60 each. The Levi's tend to be around 30 to 35 and stuff like that. But I've sold probably 6 or 7 or 8, something like that.
Yeah, look, good stuff. I'd be dead worried that I'd start going through the bag and it'd be like, oh, this one's got a rip, this one's got a great big ink stain, this one's a fake, this one's like no one's ever heard of the brand.
I mean, from that lot on that video, I've gone through them in a bit finer detail. I've got 4 or 5 that are fake.
Yeah, because you had one that had a label, looked like a pair of trousers labelled.
Off the back of the jeans, with like the waist and the left badge on it. But I've given them to the wife, and she's going to chop them up and make some bags with them and see if she
right.
Etsy or something.
I was going to say you could just rip the labels off and just sell it as a denim jacket, but I suppose without any brand on it, it'd be really hard to sell.
Yeah, I mean, even the buttons have got Levi's on it, quite badly pressed, but yeah. But yeah, she's going to cut them up and see if she can make stuff with them, and, at least get a couple of quid back for that.
I picked up a. They said on the charity shop sticker it said non-branded denim jacket, and then I looked inside and it was a Hugo Boss orange denim jacket. It was only £2, but they didn't, because there was no logo on the front. They obviously looked at it quickly and thought, "Oh, it's got no logo on it. It's unbranded." But with Hugo Boss orange, a lot of their stuff's inside the jacket. It's just like an orange blob. And then the Hugo Boss.
Now you see, if that happened around here, if it would have a price label on it with Hugo Boss written on. They tend to do this, and it doesn't matter what it is. They just write, whatever Bowden or and then loads of money. It's like, look, I found that it's this Primark, 10 quid. No, it's so annoying.
I have seen some Primark in charity shops with a higher price than the actual retail.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Ridiculous.
I've seen that. But I mean, I do have a couple of. What I tend to do is, because it is a total waste of time, going anywhere, especially for charity shops. But I've got a couple of places I go, but that's about it. And then I'll just go if I'm passing. But a special trip, I did a special trip out like last summer. I drove about 30 miles. It was down to Burgess Hill and sort of like round by Crawley sort of way, because I knew that there were a couple of places that had a large amount of charity shops. And I must have done 20 charity shops and bought 2 things. And I was like, this is a bloody nightmare. But there you go. If you find a good place, you've got to stick with it, I think.
Yeah. As long as you guys don't come down to Spalding, I'm all right, because I'm doing pretty well at Spalding again.
Let me write that down in the book of reselling tips. Spalding.
Spalding, it's a great place. Really cheap stuff. Hi, chaps. Good to see you on a live, Jim. That's from John. iPhone boxes have sold well for me. I think John Luke just mentioned that actually.
Yeah, that was John. Yeah. He's local to me, John. Good guy.
I'm so far behind chat, so I'm gonna. Hey, here he is. It's working.
It's working.
I think you forgot to put an extra 2 zeros on the end.
If you had the money, mate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, John Luke. Much appreciated.
Anytime.
Right, read all that. I think we are caught up. Yeah, I ain't touching it though. There is a super chat button. I'm too tight. We don't want to use it. Oh, cheers, Becky. Evening, Jeremy Kyle. Jim, is he allowed to talk tonight? Yeah, Gary, he's allowed to talk. He's just
taking it all in.
Taking it all in. That's all he's doing. Would your brother ever do a live stream, Jim, or was it just you?
I think he would, but no, actually, no, I don't think he would. he's a strange person. What can I say without getting into trouble? I don't think he would. He's too busy anyway at the minute, to be fair. He's swamped with stuff at work, and obviously does what he can with the reselling when he gets time.
So the Extreme Booters, is that you and your brother? Like, is that a collaboration, or is it more your sort of business? Or
yeah, well, I mean, we started off both doing it while we both worked full time. So we both put the same thing in. We both put the same amount of money in. Went to the same car boots and then listed whatever we found. Half of it I'd do, half of it he'd do. But then it came to the point where I needed to change what I was doing with work, with childcare, things like that. So I then went part-time with the reselling, now full-time. And yeah, I'd probably do more of the work now. But I wouldn't be able to do a lot of it without him being there, putting money into the business at the same time. Yeah. And he also does a lot of the parceling and a lot of the listing as well. So I probably do a bit more than half, but that's okay.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go. Question for Jim. Out of all the vintage hauls you've done, who was the best for ROI?
Tricky one. The Vault Vintage job lots were good. The potential is to get quite a lot of return on those, but also the branded denim that we mentioned a little bit ago, the return on that could be great, but it is really look at the draw as to what you get. But I'd say on the whole, the Vault Vintage bundles done were the best ones that I've bought recently.
Have you ever used the bulk vintage wholesale?
Yep.
How did you get on with those?
I didn't find the stuff of very good quality, to be honest.
Did you go into them, or did you get it shipped out?
Yeah, I had it shipped
out. Yeah, I was thinking I did want to make it. Obviously, I won't be doing it now, but it'd be nice to go and have a look and hand pick it. Yeah, because they let you pick, don't they? On like through a they show you what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah. You can.
It'd be nice to do it in person.
You can get personal picking sessions online.
Yeah. There's quite a big minimum spend, but it'd be good to go there. It's quite far for me, but I might have to do it. I think me and Kieran were going to do it one time.
Yeah.
We weren't going to do it at the end of the year, but now obviously it's locked down again. I don't think we'll probably do it this year. Might be sort of beginning of next year or something. But I'm still up for doing something like that, Joe.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it. It's in Hull. If anyone is around the Hull area, I know there's a couple of people out. Bulk Vintage Wholesale. It's the biggest wholesale company in Europe. And they've got a shed load. It's probably best if you do go in person, though, like Jim said, just to see what you are getting as well.
We've got Tap Peddler in, Derek. Derek hasn't actually been on a four-way before, so Derek, you have to Instagram me, mate, because we need to get you on. We need to get you onto a Fatal Four-way, definitely. I'm running out of people. I'm running out of resellers.
I think this is my second. I've been on second time, isn't it? I've not been on too much.
No, I think it's John's your second, Jim's your second, Peter your second or third?
It's not my third. I thought it was my first, actually, but it might be my second.
I think you've been on with John before.
Oh, right, okay. It was my second then. Yeah,
second. Oh, so you're only Yeah, everyone's doing the rounds again.
Who was it? Who was it last time with us then? Me, Peter, and you, and
Global Thrifters, was it?
no, I did global with you on your channel, Peter. Remember that was Nick. It was Nick.
It all goes into a bit of a blur.
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
There is a lot of resellers out there. Some great channels.
I've got my thumbnail still, I think. I saw it this morning when I was making the thumbnail. Damien. Me, John, Damien,
DB.
Peter.
DB.
Yeah. £1 from John Luke. So we've said that. Thank you very much. I did the same today. Bought a cheap waterproof jacket for me. Got it home and saw it was Ralph Lauren. So now it's being sold.
Fair enough, Becky. Cash in.
Do you guys have any sort of contact details for dealers or house clearance guys that go to boot fairs? Like, have you struck up that sort of relationship with them that you can give them a ring into lockdown and go, can I come down and see if you got any stuff?
Yeah, I've got potentially an 80 VHS order from one of the guys that you're on about just then.
Yeah.
I go and see him every time at the car boot, and he gave me his number last car boot because I said, look, mate, if obviously car boot season's coming to an end, I'm still up to come in to see what you've got, because I know he had 16 containers worth of crap, basically, and he's been working really hard for me, and he's got 80 VHSs, but he sells me VHSs, super VHSs. No matter what super duper VHS it is, it's always £5. He doesn't really care if it's a super VHS or or hi-fi VHS or a VHS DVD combo. It's always £5.
Do you feel like you have to take everything off him, or do you pick and choose it? I mean, if you turned up one week and he had, say, like, I've got these half dozen and they were all completely trash, would you still feel like you have to take them to take the rough with the smooth?
Yeah, but for £5, I'm always going to make.
Yeah, always going to make money.
I'm going to make money off the £5.
You're still going to make money, spares repair, aren't you? It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not too bothered about that. So, I know sometimes I'll go to car boot and I'll have 7 mediocre VHSs, but then next week I'll go and get 2, but they're like 2 super VHSs, which I'll get £100 plus for. So I take this, the smooth with the rough, but he's gonna sort me out over this lockdown, I think. But I've got about 900 items that I've not even touched yet. So I went through my office, and I've got a garage that I rent now as well, and my garage that I rent is full to the brim. It's a little bit closer than the office, but
how many items you got listed? Like 42 or something?
No, 400 now. 400.
400, and you got 900.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
I'm doing really bad. That's why I employ my brother.
You're smashing me though, mate. I used to have 250 listings. It's down to 140.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm going to start smashing it now, though. Don't you worry.
You've got 500 comics, mate.
Yeah, true. I've got a ton to go through. I don't have any house clearance guys, so if anyone in the Manchester region does have any, feel free to get in touch.
Yeah, I'd love to get some contacts with house clearance. There's one thing I've not got and would really like, because you see other people's stuff they get from can be amazing. So
yeah, because I know I've watched George, and George has a guy for trainers and shoes. He has a guy for electronics, etc. And he's good at they do well off you and you do well off them, and it's a good relationship. So it would be nice in the future. So
it's slightly more expensive to a point, but you're getting good quality gear. So as long as you're getting good quality gear, yeah. I've never had a VHS player that doesn't work. So.
The guys I buy off, like, it is pricey, but it does always sell. So you're always getting good stuff.
Yeah.
He's talking about Liverpool.
We don't want to hear about Liverpool, Mark.
Yeah.
Not today.
we got Laney in the chat. Laney, I just want to say you absolutely smashed your targets, and you smashed the whole charity channel hop and the whole charity. I mean, you've got to be so proud of yourself. I've seen you've scheduled a live stream into tonight as well. So you've got a choice of 2. You can either go and watch John and the boys.
It's James. It's James and the boys. You know, it's not me. I didn't switch it. You know, it was James.
James and the boys. So you can go support Lainey. She's doing.
I'll show you. Yeah, it's going to be fun either way. You'll have fun either way. And Aaron, if you are in the chat, your Charizard is on the way. You did pay up about 150 quid for the charity for that, so it's on the way now. But it's in the post box at the minute, so if it gets lost, it's gone.
Do you not put a track on it?
He's track 48. Track 48. But it is in the post box.
Just second class.
It'll be sweet. It's only going to Derby. There's no one in between. That's that bad of a person.
I took it off Andrew. Yeah, so guys, I've got a question for you all. Obviously, we are in lockdown. What is going to be your number one place? Answer from each one of you. What is going to be your number one place for sourcing? Because we get this. I get asked this all the time now. Well, how are you going to source now you're in lockdown, Kieran? You know, and I say exactly what I'm going to do. So I'd love to hear what you guys. What are you going to do? Oh,
well, I'll start. I've heard there is a garage in Spalding that I might tap up.
Yeah, Spalding's the place to go.
I've got a hair clip. I'll just paper clip. I'll just get in there, give it a twizzle, and
I've heard there's 900 items.
Yeah,
and they're all free. They're all free.
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff in that lockup. So that's my first place to go anyway.
But do you know where the lockup is?
I do. He's closer to the office to Kieran.
Yeah.
I'll work it out.
Triangulate.
Yeah, I'm getting signals in and everything. Kieran will send me a message. Oh, I'm just at the garage. I'll be like, I'll find you.
Have you got an iPhone?
I do.
Oh God, he's going to find my phone. Find my friend. Now they'll be all listed by the end of the week. Watch this space.
Well, I was planning on going to an all-round car boot fair that I just found, but I'm guessing that that's not on anymore. It was up in Twickenham. It was because it was hard standing, but I guess because it is total lockdown that is. I haven't checked, and so I mean, in terms of sourcing, I like I said earlier, I probably wouldn't do a lot up until Christmas anyway, and I'll just be focusing on getting a lot of backlog stuff on definitely in the next month. You know, I already did a lot in the last sort of lockdown, but I'm just focused more on listing now and getting it sold before Christmas, because once you get to like middle of December, you know, that's that done, and it's kind of like for me, middle of December is like, okay, I'm now looking at then having a bit of a break and then going into sourcing again in the new year. And normally it would be jumble sales. If I can't do that, it will be through contacts. It will be through Facebook Marketplace,
Facebook Marketplace
and eBay.
Jim will
I might do if there's sales on in the new year. I might get a load of stuff for Amazon. Thinking ahead, for the next quarter four. So I might do that, but I haven't really thought about it too much because I have got quite a big backlog. So,
well, I thought I had a big backlog, but by the sounds of it, John's going to take it all.
Yeah, we're going to nick it.
I have got a balaclava back there. I will do.
John, mate, I've seen your freaking shed. You've got tons of stuff not listed. You must have about 900 items as well.
None of this slander. My shed is my place, all right.
You got 500 comics.
I am going to be firing out a load of vlogs with listing and stuff over the next few weeks because that's what we'll be doing. Really, there won't be too much sourcing. So yeah, I'll be clearing that shed up.
Oh, and of course, I've got the jewellery as well, which I mentioned.
Yeah, well, we want to see that. We'll crack it. I remember I watched one of your streams a good few months ago. You was listing some jewellery. It'd be nice to see that.
Not having a clue.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to get Carla or Bex on your stream.
Yeah,
going through together.
That'd be good.
That would be good. You might have a headache by the end of it, but
get Shelley on that. That'll be an experience. Me and Shelley going through it. Christ.
Go on, Jim. How are you going to source, buddy?
I'm going to take it a bit different, to be honest. I'm just going to chill out for a couple of weeks. I work 7 days a week, pretty much all the time. I'm just going to chill out for a couple of weeks and take it easy. I've got plenty of stuff listed. I'll so I'll be, sorting that stuff out. I've got a container full of stock that I can start sorting through.
Don't tell John this, mate. You won't. He'll be on it.
A piece of paper.
But yeah, I'm gonna take it easy for a week or so at least, and then I'm just gonna spend the time sorting out what I've got. I will still be looking for stuff online. Looking for, some companies might run sales, obviously, because they're not selling in shops. So, people like TK Maxx, for instance, they're going to have an awful lot of stock that they're not going to be able to shift for winter. So maybe they'll put it online and maybe they'll reduce it. Who knows? So that might be something I'll look at. Black Friday's going to be, is Black Friday going to happen? Who knows? Away, so keep an eye on Amazon, places like that, see if we can find anything on them.
I think Black Friday is going to be bigger and better this year, isn't it? Because I've seen a lot of companies saying that they're not just going to do it on the Friday, they're going to do it on 2 Fridays, they're going to do it every Friday.
I just seen Dustin important said Peter's got a notepad.
Big notepad.
Some opportunities with PlayStations as well that wasn't going to happen. Because it's now lockdown and people can't be queuing outside certain stores to find them, there might be a couple more available, So you might be able to pick up some of them. So I'll be online midnight on the 18th, is it? To see if I can find the first and make some money.
I do know a lot of resellers who did really well with online advertising the first lockdown, getting a load of stuff. So it's just, I think, I know it sounds really cliche, but, do have a look on that hot UK deals sometimes, and, little things like that. And you'll kind of learn, like, certain websites that'll put offers up quite a lot. And there'll be a load of stuff that'll go up around that time. I know for anyone who's looking to, make anyone out, I think it was James who sent me this, but Pandora have brought Black Friday forward. So I think you get like 30% off there already. So if anyone needs any Christmas presents for the missus, Pandora's got a sale on. But yeah, I think Black Friday will be big this year, but I think it'll be spread out a little bit more as well. I think there'll be a lot of people, all the businesses will want to bring money in from day one from lockdown pretty much. They won't want to, rest on the laurels till Friday. Well, the November Friday. Wait, is it the last November? Last Friday, sorry, is it 27th or something?
Yeah, I think so. And also, if you are buying from Pandora, keep the boxes, because Pandora boxes sell well on eBay. Are you both still working through this next lockdown? I think that's a question probably for me and you, John, because I think Becky knows that we are part-time. I am working through this lockdown. I've not stopped anyway. We're essential workers. We provide food for the country.
I'm back on furlough. Yeah. So I need to put my ideas up with the YouTube and the eBay, get it smashed out.
Peter and Jim too, if you have.
Looking forward to the challenge.
No, I'm full-time reseller.
I'm just glad the kids are at school this time.
Yeah. That's a big pro.
This is something I'm definitely looking into, but there just seems to be no storage lockers around my area. But I'm definitely having a look at doing something like that. Have a guy go and buy a storage locker and just see what I get. I think that'd be quite cool. Quite a nice.
Loads of storage lockers on eBay. Do you search for them on there?
Yeah, I've searched closest to Forest, and closest one to me is like 90 miles away.
Right.
But I live in the middle of nowhere. It's just like 100 miles of just flat land. That's it. It's just flat. Boom. Cardiff City 2, Barnsley 0.
It's like Sky Sports News, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gillette Soccer Tuesday.
Aaron was expecting a hand-delivered Pokemon card from John Luke, by the sounds of that.
You're an hour and 50 away. I did check, Aaron. I thought Aaron was further down south. He's in Derby. Sorry to, the cat's out of the hat now, but he's in Derby.
Oh, Derby's quite close to me, Aaron.
Yeah, he's not too far away. I thought he was, down London ways.
Becky just said he just stuck a label directly on the card.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's just on the top loader.
That's how me and John met. John sent me a broken PS2, and it was pretty much just sat. That's how we met, John.
Me and Kieran were following each other on YouTube and stuff, but I had a PS2 that was broke. Kieran wanted it. I give it in for the price of what I paid or something like that, a tenner or something. Posted,
yeah, £10, yeah.
And came and fixed it up and sold it. It was a problem with the controller, and he made some good money. So that was how the love story began.
And that's when John was on 94 subscribers. Yeah,
it would have been March time, wouldn't it? April.
Yeah, we've come together, John, through this. Oh dear. Last boot sale of the year for me tomorrow. I think I've managed to stock enough. Tomorrow, I've got boot sale tomorrow actually, but I don't think it's on. I'm not sure. Sorry guys, had to put dinner in the oven, but I'm back. No worries, Richard. Richard's a great guy as well. If you like film props or anything film related, he's got loads of stuff from the
He has Brian Blessed does his intro, doesn't he?
Yeah,
that's brilliant. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it.
Did you see the sword that he auctioned off?
No, I haven't seen that.
He did the auction on Laney's channel hop, and it was a sword from the TV show The Pacific. So like Band of Brothers, the one.
Oh
after
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was a prop, a sword from that filming, and Vinny got it. Mr. G bought it, £100.
Nice.
I was jealous. But it's gone to a good home. But yeah, Rich
cool.
Got some really good props and stuff.
You on furlough, I guess.
Furlough time.
We've got 4 minutes, and we are not overrunning tonight because we've got 2 amazing streams straight after this. We've got Laney's on Big Girls Really Do Cry, and then we've got a Pokemon Battle Pack opening, Vivid Voltage, on James Collect's channel. John's already opened his, and he's had to substitute.
I've made up for it. We've got Evolution packs, we've got Champion packs. There's still, I'm still going to show my Vivid, cards and stuff. Are
they like reseals? So he's going to go, God, I've got like 5 shinies in here.
Ricky did tell me to do that, but I mean, I can't be doing that.
Aaron makes a good point. It might not only be 4 weeks, this lockdown. You do have a very valid point there, Aaron. I'm hoping.
Well, the last one was only supposed to be 3 or 4, weren't it? And
it's quite weird being a reseller because, to be honest, I don't really notice a lot of difference. Because I'm sat at home working, all the time anyway. It's just, I guess, sourcing opportunities maybe go out the window a bit. But day to day, I just think, well, everyone else who works in an office must be thinking, and commutes must be thinking, this is nuts. And I'm just like, what's the difference? But there you go.
I think it makes people adapt as well, though. Like people probably learn a lot. A lot of resellers learned a lot when all the shops were closed. They adapted and did different things. Yeah. Like a lot of the RA that people get from like the B&Ms and the quality saves and stuff like that, they're still open anyway. You know what I mean? I know everyone does get a little bit of B&M and all that, but they're still open. People adapted, use that Facebook Marketplace and stuff. So. I think it's not a good thing for retailers, but it makes you think, if something else happens in the future, you can cope without, car boots or a charity shop.
Yeah,
definitely. Right, we've got 2.5 minutes, so we'll probably wrap it up here. We'll just go through the last few questions. I don't want to be late. Question for Peter: what sort of collar are you wearing tonight? Is that a Peter Pan? He's got
no idea. This is a reference to
the charity.
I got 0 out of 5. I think Laney looked up like specialist subject of the most difficult 5 questions in the world.
You did have some hard questions.
What was the name of that collar? What was it? It was some really random thing, weren't it?
I don't know. But the other question was, what was the name of Homer Simpson's bowling team?
You got it, didn't you?
Yeah, one of them got it, and then who starred in Fight Club? But it wasn't Brad Pitt; it was the other guy. And I didn't have a clue.
Alex enjoyed that question.
And I didn't want to look at the chat, and I could see the chat sort of pinging up, and I thought, no, I'm not going to look at it. And I want to work by myself and get 0 by myself. So I was proud of myself then.
Storage Wars, lol. I'd love to get into that. Yeah, that would be badass. We've got Ian in the chat. He's currently looking at a new niche, Panini football stickers.
Oh, I've got loads of them. Yeah,
I think he's doing really well on that.
Yeah, all sort of mid-80s I've got. Probably 82 through to about 87.
Yeah, you'll make some good money on that, Peter. Definitely. We're thinking of changing things up and sorting on Gumtree and Spock during lockdown. Do you think it's much different to Facebook Marketplace?
It's not bad. Spock's quite good.
Kieran, I better shoot because James has literally just gone live and I'm like in 2 streams.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm literally in 2 streams on live on 2 channels like right now.
Whee!
Too bloody
Nice. No worries, John. No worries.
Peace out, everybody. Before you do, hit the like button. Hit the like button. It helps Kieran out massively. Peace.
See you later. Thank you very much, John. I'll be watching you in a second. We've got 10 seconds. Thanks, guys.
Gumtree and Spock and Facebook Marketplace, I sort of dip in little and often. You know, maybe 4 or 5 times a day, but I don't want to spend more than 10 minutes on it because you could spend hours swimming around it. So, you know, just try and keep the timing right on it.
Yeah, definitely. Hang on, we'll give it another couple of minutes. Let the boys set up properly. We've still got over 60 people here, so that's really good considering the boys have gone. But yeah, I think a lot of these guys are Pokemon fans. Welsh Poke Picker. See you everyone on the other stream. Thanks, Peter, Kieran, JL, and Jim.
No worries.
And cheers for doing the live, guys. Great chat. Some of us got 5 out of 5 on the questions. I think I got 3 or 4 out of 5. I might have got 4 out of 5 actually. I was absolutely bricking it though. When I saw Peter get 0, I was like, "Oh my god!"
I felt all right, but not so good after about the second question. I was like, "Oh god, it's all gone tits up." So there you go.
Nah, no worries. Right, guys, thank you so much for joining, Jim, Peter,
and
JL. But JL's gone. If anyone else does want to join the Fatal 4, then please Instagram me. There is a bit of a list, but the list does change on a weekly basis because people drop in, drop out. It is quite mad trying to get 4 people in every Tuesday. Well, 3. Obviously, I am one of them. But next week we've got a good lineup now, as we have every week. Is amazing, and I just want to say thank you for taking time out to join us, Peter and Jim. Thank you very much, and thank you everyone for joining. Make sure you go subscribe to these 2. That way, yeah, that'll do. Make sure you go and subscribe to these 2 wicked guys. They've been doing it a lot longer than I have, and they're a bunch of knowledgeable people.
Are you calling us old? Are you calling us old?
No, I'm just calling you experienced in your field.
Decrepit.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you probably Thursday for a video. I know Kieran is doing a video, so thank you very much.